tonight's contest. Rhode Island Junior Sharks hockey between the Junior Sharks and the Granite State Stars. Granite State Stars wearing red and white, and the Sharks in their familiar, all too familiar white and teal colors, home colors. Down here we have Len Siglarski, father of Tim Siglarski. He's just walking by. He was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. Starting lineup, we have Perry, Vasico, and Carroll out there on up front. There's DiGregorio with the puck, dumping it in. He's out there with Gaffney. Stars in control, trying to clear the zone. Kept in by DiGregorio. High stick. Called against DiGregorio, who slapped it back down. It bounced in the air and he slapped it back down. Face-off will be taken in the neutral ice zone. Vasico moving into position. Drawn back to DiGregorio. Pushed, got by him, back deep into the zone of the Sharks. Attempting to move it out, clearing the neutralized zone, kicked back in by the Stars. Moved out now by Perry. Stars in control, attempting to clear it. Gaffney cutting it off, keeping it in. Now dumped in. There should be an icing call here. And an icing call against the Stars, bringing it back down into their zone for a face-off. Coming on for the, we have a line change here coming on now, or appears to be Lewis, Williams, and Criglio up front. On defense is, well, we have a change here. I have to find out who that is. We have Kyle Costa back on the defense. Forecheck by Criglio. Stars attempting to move it out. Back to number 19. I'll get his name in just a minute. No high stick on Criglio. Williams going in, taking his man heavily into the boards. Lewis taking his man. Stars controlling, moving it on in the neutralized zone. Stars dumping it in deep into the zone now, picked up by, and we didn't get the goaltender's number yet either. Pushed down. Here's Criglio in hot pursuit. Williams missing an opportunity there. Back to Costa. Costa moving it in. Pappas is number 19. He's back on defense. Drive by. Oh, right out front. Nice shot by Costa there. We had a penalty on that call. Candido is in the nets for the Sharks. And with that, we have a line change. Coming out now are Hall, Doobie, and I'm not sure of the other winger there. Oh, that's Flaherty, I believe. Attempting cleared. DiGregorio on a drive and just tipped, hit one of the skates down there. Flaherty with it, controlling down the corner. Flaherty with it, tight control. Now picked off by the Stars. Moved up into the neutral ice, cleared down the length of the ice. There will not be an icing call here, of course, because, I thought there was a shorthanded play. For some reason, I was confused here. I thought that there was a penalty call against the Stars. Candido came to the bench, evidently for some other reason. So the face-off now will be down to the left of with that icing call, it'll be to the left of the Granite State Stars goaltender. Good round. DiGregorio moving in, keeping it in. Attempting to get a shot on net, unable to, but clears it into the corner. DiGregorio back to his point. Wide of the net. Here comes Hall. Hall keeping it in. Around the net over to Flaherty. Back to Kavanaugh over to Flaherty. He's got it right there. Flaherty scores. Timmy Flaherty rounding the net, picking that one up. Moving in and scoring. Timmy Flaherty. A drive from the point by Kavanaugh, resulting rebound, and picked up behind the net by Tim Flaherty. Moving in around the net, shooting and scoring. Oh, nice start here for the boys. Action resuming here with 17 minutes left in the first period. Sharks are now leading 1-0. Moved down, picked off by drive from the net by Gaffney. Kasperian out to Costa. Costa with a shot. Unable to tuck it home there. Gaffney keeping it in control. Gaffney taking a shot wide of the net. Picked up now by the Stars, the neutral ice zone. Dumped right back in by Perry. Zigo out there with Perry and Carroll. Draw taken by Vasico. Picked up now by Carroll, attempting to move it in. Picked off by the Stars. Carroll and Perry in hot pursuit down in the corner. Perry attempting and does clear it back out to Pappas, who gets a shot off from the point, wide of the net. Kept in by Vasico, back to the point. Right out front. The Stars are a little bit shaky on that one. That was kept in. Well, it's cleared the length of the ice by the Stars. Icing call on that play. Yeah, a little pushing and shoving down there by Kavanaugh, one of the Stars players. We have not seen these Granite State Stars playing to this point in time. There's a brand new competition for us. We haven't met them. I don't believe we've met them any place to this date. Faceoff will be taken to the right of the Granite State Stars goaltender. Picked up now by Pappas. Shot on net. Right up front. Doesn't appear as though Pappas is real pleased with the zing on that shot. He didn't get much wood on it, but it was on net. Face-off will be taken by Vasico now, right out front, back to Pappas again. Pappas with a drive from the point, right on. Certainly the defensemen are getting some opportunities here to get some shots off anyways. Face-off to the left of the Granite Stars goaltender. Again, taken by Vasico. Drawn back. Over to Pappas now. Pappas attempting to move it in, unable to. And kept in by Perry. Cleared out to the middle neutral ice zone by the Stars. Chris Kavanaugh coming in on his man, taking him into the boards. A little pushing and shoving down there. Right out front, Perry unable to control. Shot wide of the net by the Stars. Picked up now by Kavanaugh. Deep in his zone, moving it out in the neutralized zone. Losing it there temporarily. Picked up by Vasico, attempting to get over to Perry. That's driven back in by Vasico. There'll be an offside call there. And with that, we'll have a line change. Okay, just set it down. We have Gaffney and DiGregorio on the point. Up front we have Lewis, Williams, and Criglio. Criglio with the puck driving it in. Deep in the Stars zone. And Criglio takes his man in solidly, as does Lewis. Criglio coming back for another run at someone here, and the Stars breaking it out. Hit it net at neutral ice zone by DiGregorio, now picked up by Gaffney. Gaffney attempting to move it out. Nice stop there by Candido. There's Gaffney and Williams down there tussling one of these Stars players. A little bit of advice down here by Coach Zaglarski for Williams. Face-off will be taken to the left of Candido. Criglio on the face-off. Drawn back to DiGregorio. DiGregorio head manning it, unable to clear the zone. Now picked up by Criglio. Unable to control, still trying to move it out. Criglio finally does move it out in the neutralized zone. In pursuit, Criglio with it, in control. Bringing it back to DiGregorio, keeps it in with his hand. I don't know why there was a whistle on that, unless it was an offside. Possibly. Face-off out in the neutralized zone, taken by Criglio now against the Stars player. Criglio controlling, moving it over, Gaffney on the move. Gaffney tipping it in deep into the zone with Lewis in hot pursuit. Criglio after it. Criglio with it behind the net to Lewis. Lewis. Gaffney attempting to step into his man and unable to. DiGregorio picking it up now for the Sharks. Moving it back out to the neutralized zone. And a little bit of a bump there by Lewis. Gaffney losing it right out front now. The Stars moving in. Moving out, we got a 2-on-2 here. Lewis driving from the point. Wide, Lewis still after it. Moving in his Hall now. Hall attempting to keep it in, does, right out front now. Now it's kept in by Pappas. Pappas on net. There'll be a penalty call here, I believe. Penalty call, I believe that was for interference against 22 red. I'm not sure what the call was. It was holding or interference. It sounded like interference, but I believe he indicated holding. So the face-off will be down into the Shark zone. With that, we have Hall, Williams, Lewis up front, Pappas and Costa on the point. Face-off will be taken by Hall. He'll attempt to draw it back. Picked up by Candido, now by Costa. Costa rounding his net. Headman it to Hall. Hall dumping it in, wide of the net. Coming in is Lewis. Lewis with it. Lewis controlling. Lewis over to Pappas, over to, and a broken up play there by the Stars as Costa tries to keep it in, unable to. Costa now with it. Moving it up to Hall. Hall in control. Rounding over to Pappas. Pappas attempting to get it up to Williams, unable to. Picked up by Hall. Now over to Costa. Costa in the neutralized zone. Costa headmanning it up to Williams, unable to get his stick on it. Clearing the zone. Back to Costa. Neutralized zone. Costa attempting to move it up, unable to. Offside call as one of the Stars players moved into the zone. Was left in the zone there. And they crossed over with the puck. Coming on now, we have Zico, Perry, and Carroll, I believe, up front. DiGregorio over to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh in control, getting it over nicely to Carroll. Carroll taken down heavily. No penalty on that. Kept in as the Sharks two-man it there. Back to DiGregorio. DiGregorio winding up from the point. Now he faked that shot, gave it over to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh on a little dribbly shot there, or a pass. And there'll be a penalty against Perry, I believe. What's he calling here? Roughing he called, so that's quite possibly what both the calls were. Perry on a call for roughing. 11:50 left in the first period. 27 seconds remaining in the Stars penalty. Score is 1-0 in favor of the Rhode Island Junior Sharks. With that, we have a line change coming on now. Are Jones and Craglio. Back to DiGregorio. Up to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh taking a little bit of a bump there. Craglio back on it. Kavanaugh in control. Kavanaugh attempting to get it over to Jones, unable to. Jones in hot pursuit. Takes his man into the boards. Craglio fighting along the boards. And then Jones moved back into the Star zone. And he's taken down, actually. He was in pursuit of the puck. Didn't have control of it. Man, there might be a penalty on it. Referee, I'm not sure what he's calling there. Well, it'll be a face-off down there. Evidently, it must have been a hand pass or something of that nature. Face-off taken by Jones. Back now to Craglio, is unable to keep it in. Craglio over to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh with it, dumping it right back into the zone. Stars unable to do much to this point. DiGregorio with it, attempting to move it out, unable to. Craglio breaking the play up. What is it, an offside here or what? There may be a call on this, I'm not sure. Offside call indicated by the referee. And with that, we have coming out here now, we have Kavanaugh, or Gaffney and Costa up on the point with Doobie. And it appears to be Chase out there. Doobie and Chase up front. Picked off by Candido. Now winding it out, unable to clear it out, and then finally do clear it out as the penalty had expired. Chase down there for the Sharks. Stars have 50 seconds left in the penalty in the power play. Kicked back in by the Sharks. Number 9 for the Stars now moving back in on it. The Stars attempting with Chase moving in. Throwing a little weight there, a little check. Chase with a shot right on net. Picked off by their goaltender and smothered. That's it. Chase on a shot right off the face-off. We almost missed that one as we were getting organized here up in the camera shop here. Chase took a shot off the face-off, and save was made by their goaltender. Taking the face-off is Doobie for the Sharks. Dumped down the length of the ice. No icing call there. Yes, it is. As the Sharks defenseman Costa moved rather quickly back there to save that one. One of the Stars players was in hot pursuit. And we have Bob DiGregorio up in the stands there, who was supposed to be out here working this game with us. He happens to be standing up there, and he was supposed to be down here tonight doing a little talk show with us. But he backed out for some reason. Face-off taken by Flaherty now. Back to the point to Gaffney. Stars in control. Stars moving it. Unable to... Well, they're controlling now. Now it's picked off by Flaherty. Kept in, though, by the Stars. Costa back there attempting to move it out. And does. And now picked up by... it's Kasparian down there. Kasparian along the boards. Right out front to Flaherty. Now the Stars pick it up. Gaffney moving it up. Flaherty on a shot from the point. Nice shot there. Kasparian moving in, putting on a little pressure. I believe that was Carney with it there. Stars back in control. Stars attempting to move it up, unable to. Kept in nicely by, I believe that was, I'm not sure of the numbers. I think it was Carney back on the point there, briefly. Stars trying to keep it up. Now Flaherty picking it up. Flaherty wheeling and dealing. Flaherty headmanning it up. Carney in pursuit. Carney moving in, throwing a little bit of a check there into his man. Stars picking it up and moving it up down the length of the ice. There will not be an icing call here as Gaffney gets back to it. Controlling it. Gaffney in control, or Kavanaugh in control, headmanning it, unable to move it up to Lewis. Kavanaugh back behind his net again, trying to regroup. Williams clearing it out to the neutral ice zone. Pushed back in by the Stars, behind the net. Now, I guess it was an icing call. That was picked up by Pappas, number 19. Candido, being the gentleman, picking up the puck and handing it to the referee. Who did I say? Coriglio. Did I say Candido? Coriglio, that was. For some reason, this announcer, I need some help out here, and I can't seem to get anyone to help me. Coriglio now will take the face-off between Williams and Lewis. We got Pappas and Kavanaugh back on the point. Puck is in control now by Williams. Right out front to Coriglio, who tried to get a shot off. Pushed back to Pappas, who attempts to keep it in and does. Right out front. Now over to Williams. Williams backhanding it over to Lewis. Lewis in control. Lewis moving, wheeling and dealing with it. Lewis moving in. Lewis taking a shot wide of the net. Kavanaugh moving in, attempting to pick up his man. Coriglio back on it. Coriglio picking it up, running. Moving in, tipping it over into the corner. And here we have an opportunity for the Stars. The Stars moving in. Shot and saved by Candido. Got his glove on that one. Moving it up, attempting to move it up along the boards. Unable to. Now picked up by Kavanaugh. Up to Williams. Williams unable to really control it tightly. Williams winding it up now. Taking a long shot on net. With that, we have a line change coming on. Cleared the length of the ice. If Gaffney gets there first, there will be an icing call, which there is. Returning the face-off back down to the Star zone. We have Perry, Carney, and Perry, Carroll, and Pasico out there up front for the Sharks. On defense, it's Gaffney and DiGregorio. Puck is kept in. Kept off by DiGregorio, moving in. Nice pass right over. Shot. Oh, just wide of the net on that one by Carroll. Pass from DiGregorio. Gaffney back on it now. Gaffney headmanning it to Perry. Perry in control. Move it down into the zone. Here comes Pasico. Pasico on it. In control. Pasico in control yet. Moving it around nicely. Pasico on a shot. Just right on the goaltender. Making the save. The Stars in control now. Attempting to move it out. Controlled again by Pasico. Over to Perry. Perry attempting to get it back over. Unable to. As the Stars move it down in the neutral ice zone. Finally down in the Shark zone. Big check there by Gaffney. Over to Perry. Perry will attempt to move it out. Unable to. Stars going after it. Now picked up by DiGregorio down deep into his zone. He's disrupted briefly by one of the Stars players. Now it's Carroll out there. Over to Gaffney. Headman to Pasico. Tips it, and it goes the length of the ice. After it is Perry. Perry down in there right out front. No one there to help him out. And a tripping call against one of the... Oh, wait a minute. It's a double penalty here. Matching penalty, I believe. Matching penalty, a slashing, and a holding call. So with that, Perry goes off, along with number 33 from the Stars team. Perry going for a little visit down here, just in front of the camera crew. It'll be 5-on-5. Out there now we'll have Doobie, Hall, and Flaherty. Face-off will be taken by Hall. Picked up now by Flaherty, who has the only goal in the game. Oh, that's not Flaherty. Excuse me. Oh, that was Flaherty. Okay, we have Pappas and Costa back on the point. Breakout. Now it's picked off by Costa. Move back in. Stars with it. Attempting to, moving it up. Candido making the save, putting it directly behind the net. Flaherty getting a big check down there. Picked up by Hall. Hall with a long shot from the point. Almost got through on that one. Yeah, a little action down there as the boys get a little bit rambunctious. Oh, 5:04 left in the period. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Sharks. Face-off will be to the left of the Stars goaltender. Back to Costa. Costa, drive from the point. Saved by the Stars goaltender. Again, the face-off will be taken to the left of the Stars goaltender by Hall. Hall moving into the face-off circle. Attempting to draw it back. All right, now picked up by Flaherty briefly. Hall fighting in the corner for it. Flaherty moving in. Kept in by Costa. Rounding the net. There goes Doobie moving in, throwing a big heavy hit in there. Pappas with a shot from the point. And again, that one almost snuck through. This goaltender seems to be a little bit shaky on some of his saves. There's several shots that came on. They haven't necessarily been strong shots, but he seemed to have bobbled them, or for whatever reason has not really had the control that he should. I'm surprised that the score is more than 1-0. Stars attempting to move it up, picked up by Pappas now. Pappas bringing it in. Oh, and Flaherty's taking it heavily, throwing into the boards. Throwing right into the board, or into the net. The goalpost and the net. We got a big fight going right now. Doobie moved in as Flaherty was thrown in. The youngest and smallest player on the team was thrown into the goddamn net. Doobie immediately responded and moved in and took charge of the situation. Really a very, very unfair situation there with that aggressive throw. I guess sometimes that happens. Doobie coming off. He's going to be sitting out now. And we're not sure of the call yet. Appears as though both teams have 2 men in the box here for that penalty call. 2 players are called. We'll have some update on this in just a little bit. I believe 2 of them got a fighting call. Coach Zaglarski trying to get the information on it, as the referee is determining what's expressing what is assessed here as far as penalties go. Here's one of the boys down here having a chat with the referee. And it appears as though this coach has got himself a little toop. I don't believe I believe that's what you call a toop. Actually, I know better. It is a toupee, but I'm just saying that. Okay, don't be embarrassed. That's like buffets and filet mignons. So we're still getting some explanation here, and I think we're going to cut away from this momentarily. It's as though we got a 5-minute penalty on number 9 down here for the Stars, and a 2-minute penalty on Doobie for for the Sharks, but I'm not sure exactly. I think there's more assessments than that. I don't understand that because there was an additional player put in the box. Picked up by DiGregorio, moving in, shot on net, just wide. That's Jones after it. Jones attempting to keep it in. DiGregorio throwing his shoulder into one of the Stars players. Moved across the length of the width of the ice there. Now picked up by Kavanaugh, headman it to Jones. Jones moving in. Jones attempting to make a little deke there. Jones still in control, moving around, coming around the net. Very deadly play. DiGregorio moving right in. If that pass had been a little bit quicker, DiGregorio would have had a snap there and gotten it off. Kavanaugh on a drive from the point. Picked up now by Jones. Back to DiGregorio. Over to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh attempting to, picked off nicely. And a shot. And, wow, another, I guess the goalie must have got his pad on it or something. It was shot by Carney there. Attempting to drill that one home. Coming on now, we have Chase and Kasparian up front. Costa and Gaffney on the defense for the Sharks. Evidently, that 5-minute penalty was for the infraction against Flaherty, throwing him into the goalpost there. Stars in control. Stars moving out of neutral ice zone. Oh, man, that could have been a call on Kasparian. And here we have a breakaway now. Chase moving after it. Chase, hot pursuit. Right out front to Kasparian. Right out front, it's loose. That was a very, very tricky little play there on the part of the goaltender. He almost lost control of that. Chase went down the corner after it, and he got it over to Kasparian. And there was a little shuffling around there. The face-off now to the right of the Stars goaltender. Kasparian taking the face-off for the Sharks. Moved out in the neutral ice zone by the Stars. Picked up by Chase, unable to get a stick on it. Costa in control. Costa down. Costa controlling. We have a little problem down here in front of us. I don't know what it is exactly. Now number 19. And he's hit. Shot right out front. Kasparian over to Costa. Costa in control. Costa attempting to get over to Chase. And does. Chase with it. Costa back in. Around the net, picked up now by Kasparian. Kasparian attempting to clear it out, unable to. Picked up now by Gaffney. Gaffney running across the length of the ice, picked up now by the Stars. Stars taking a shot from way out. Bobbly puck picked up by Costa. Costa in control, down behind his net. He's going to wind it out. Costa over to Chase. Chase dumping it in, length of the ice. Right on net, Flaherty with it. Flaherty came around the net just a little bit ago. Right out front to Lewis. Cleared down the length of the ice. DiGregorio with it behind his net. DiGregorio moving it up over to Hall. Hall over to Lewis, unable to get a stick on it. Stars unable to, and out of play. We have out there Lewis, Williams, and Hall up front. Back on defense, we have Kavanaugh and DiGregorio. What's the problem here? Face-off will be taken by Hall. Hall moving in. Back to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh with it, moving in across the line. Kavanaugh controlling, back to DiGregorio, keeps it in. DiGregorio over to Williams. Williams in control, back to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh with it. Kavanaugh into right out front to Hall, and a shot, and a beautiful glove save by the goaltender of the Stars. Zonetti. Changing the defensive strategy for the Sharks as Pappas and Costa come on. Up front, Hall taking the face-off. Hall unable to get it over back to the point. And cleared the length of the ice. Candido out there to save it. Over to Costa. Costa moving around behind his net. Costa in control. Headmanning it up to Hall. Hall with it. And offside Williams. Vasico, Carroll, and Perry out there. DiGregorio and Kavanagh back on point now again. Face off taken by Vasico. Back to DiGregorio. Over to Kavanagh. Kavanagh with it, dumping it in to Carroll. Carroll in control, back in the corner. Carroll attempting to get it back to Vasico, and he missed it. Picked up now by Kavanagh, back behind his net. Controlling. Picked up by Perry. Perry moving in. Perry still in control. Over to Vasico. We have a lot of stick work going on down there on Vasico. Perry with it. Perry unable to really control it. He tried to get it over to Vasico. Now it's back to Kavanagh. Kavanagh moving in. Over to Vasico. Vasico moving, back to Kavanagh. Cleared the length of the ice by the Stars. 30 seconds left in the Stars, the 5-minute penalty. Picked up now by Vasico. Vasico taking a shot. And with that, the period expires. Score 1-0 in favor of the Sharks. 27 seconds remaining in the penalty. In the penalty to the Stars player. Period number 2. We'll be back to the live action briefly after we go get ourselves a cold Budweiser.
To Fred, we are here at Rhode Island Sports Center. Between the periods, score is 1-0. The Sharks have really outshot the Syracuse Stars 1-0. Fred and I took a break and visited our sponsor between the periods, and we're both celebrating here, looking for a big Shark victory as they get ready to drop the puck for the start of the second play. Anything you have to say about the first period, Fred?
Well, certainly the Sharks were outplaying the Stars, and hopefully that will continue, and I think the score will reflect that in this period.
Well, we're starting off with a man advantage here for the first 27 seconds, so we'll see what happens. Sharks have their power play out there. Getting ready to drop the puck. Get Ryan Carney at center. He gets the puck over to Flaherty. Over to DiGregorio, back to Gaffney. They bring it up over the blue line. And it's into the Syracuse end. And the goalie puts it out of play. They're really trying to get their power play organized. The first period it was sputtering, and the last 2 times they tried it, they weren't quite doing what they were wanted to do. The face-off from the Syracuse end. Connie gets it over into the corner, trying to clear it out, and it's cleared out down to the Shark zone. Gaffney's back to get it, trying to set up. The power play is over, the back at full strength. Okay, Sharks are trying to break it out. Syracuse seems content just to drop it in. Oh, it is a bad pass. Intercepted by Syracuse. DiGregorio's in the corner. Gets up the boards. And Syracuse knocks it out. I don't know, Fred, what do you think? It looks like they're not quite moving the way they were the first period so far.
Well, it's still early in the second period, and I think that you'll see the Sharks come on strong here in a couple of minutes. They'll be moving.
All right, I don't know. Shots on goal in the first period with 22-2. The face-off outside the Shark zone. Thrown in by the Syracuse. Here's Kasparian breaking out now with Justin Jones, clearing it into the Syracuse zone. Jones got it behind the net. Kasparian trying to get it back to the point, but again, pass intercepted. We got a little movement now. Got Kyle Costa bringing it in deep. Around the net comes the Stars. Having a hard time getting it out. Looks like icing here. And no, icing's waved off as Kyle Costa's trying to bring it out. Here we go now. Again, the Syracuse seems content just to be dropping the puck in and trying to chase it down. Face-off is going to be in the Syracuse zone, just to the right of the goalie.
I thought that was the Granite State Stars. That's Syracuse?
Syracuse Stars and Granite State Stars. Of course, the real Stars are up here announcing this game and televising it. Wait for the face-off, controlled by the Sharks, taken away by Syracuse. Here comes Syracuse now breaking it out. Good forechecking by Kasparian. It's over to Kyle Costa. And again, cleared out by Syracuse, but it's broken up by Kasparian. Back into the Star zone. And again, Syracuse is icing the puck. I don't know, Fred, but it looks like Syracuse is quite content just to dump the puck into the zone and take an icing call.
Well, that's the way it appears. They've been just kind of dumping it down, not really playing any kind of control at all. And our boys don't seem to be trying to control it too much in their zone either. So we'll just have to see what happens here. Hopefully they'll pick it up.
All right, another face-off into the Syracuse zone. Got Cariglio out there with Mr. Williams, and I think that's Mark Perry. I'm sorry, that's Eric Lewis. Lewis, Cariglio, and Williams, and Kavanaugh and DiGregorio on defense. It's cleared back to the Shark zone. DiGregorio's taking it. Swings the net. All right, starting up ice now. Puts it up. Broken up by Syracuse. And here's Rick Williams. Got it over the blue line. Takes a hit. And there goes the Sharks. DiGregorio's in to intercept it. Keeps it in the zone. Tied up along the boards. Little pushing and shoving there. Finally a whistle. Syracuse is changing up. Got 17-19 to go in the second period. Still 1-0. Sharks have been bringing it to the Syracuse all whole game here. Cariglio is on center. And he wins the draw. Kept in by DiGregorio. Takes a shot from the point. Wide. Over to Ricky. There's Syracuse trying to come on again. They're having a hard time getting the puck out. They have been all night. Lewis drops it into the Syracuse zone. Cariglio's after it. Rick Williams has got him along the boards trying to tie the puck up. Keeps it in. Again, Syracuse having a hard time getting it out. There goes, whoa, almost taken away by Rick. Lewis has it. Dumps it back into the Syracuse zone. Looks like the Sharks are looking for a line change, but can't get one. Syracuse again tries to dump it out, and they finally do. Kavanaugh's back. Swings the net. Almost taken down. DiGregorio has the puck. Two Sharks in, two Syracuse Stars in forechecking. They've been sending two in all night. Kept in by Syracuse. Gaffney has the puck. Stolen by Syracuse, a shot wide. We have a penalty coming up. Delayed call against the Sharks on, looks like Sean Kavanaugh for a charge. Yeah, the penalty is against Rhode Island. It's the first time, I think, a power play for Syracuse. a face-off from the Rhode Island end. Ready for the face-off here with 16 minutes to go. Controlled by Syracuse, but broken up by Mark Perry, I believe, to the whoa, whoa, close. Quite a shot there, quite a shot. Sharks have quite a few short-handed goals this year. Who is number 18?
Carroll.
Huh?
Carroll.
Sean Carroll. It is broken up by Brian Ross. Dumped back into the Syracuse zone. Syracuse bringing it out. Past the middle. Looks like icing called off. Ross has it behind the net. Tries to clear it out. Broken up by Sean Carroll. He's coming. 2-1. Peter Felicenko into Sean Carroll. Oh, close. Great try there. Syracuse again trying to break it out. Comes across the blue line. Kyle Costa controls the puck behind the Sharks net. Spins it around the boards. Here comes Peter again. Peter in one-on-one. Taking a look. Peter has about 3 short-handed goals this year. Gets it over to Ross. Kept in Syracuse zone. Stolen by Carroll again. Broken up by Syracuse. Sean Perry, oh, there's a high stick there right to the face. Did you see that, Fred? I think he took it right under the chin.
I completely missed that. He got a stick there? Is that what happened?
I see a lot of blood in the nose.
Oh, yeah, well, and that could be a 5-minute.
I don't know. I keep seeing.
That's unfortunate that it happens. I didn't pick up on that. I'm sure that on our replay we'll find that there was a stick there.
No, Fred, I don't think it was intentional. I think he was following through on his shot, but they wear those half shields, and the stick comes right up in the blade, comes right up into the nose here, and he's really hurt, and I think he's really got a problem here. Well, he looks like he's in a lot of pain.
I'm gonna zoom in here. That's there's a lot of blood down there in the corner.
It is Halloween. It's almost Halloween, but I think that's real blood.
Yeah, that certainly is. I'll tell you that. He's going to go get some stitches, I believe.
I know the Sharks have been practicing that play, and they've been using fake blood to try to draw the extra 5 minutes, but I don't think that's the fake blood.
No, there was nothing fake there. That's real stuff down there, that's for sure.
I think we better cut away to our sponsors here because there could be some time before they clean up the blood that's on the ice.
Okay.
There they go. We got a 5-minute intent to injure here, so the Syracuse will be playing a man short for the next 5 minutes, regardless of the Sharks scoring. In 31 seconds, we'll have a power play for the Sharks again.
Siglarski went to the Siglarski left. He went to the what you call it?
Oh, yeah. Hopefully Sean is okay. It was Sean, right? Was it Sean who?
I'm not sure who that was. That was Perry, wasn't
Mark Perry. I'm sorry, that was Mark Perry who got hurt. Hopefully, all right. He's a draw back to Di Gregorio. Brings it in over to Rick Williams along the boards. Trying to keep it in here. Here it is, broken up by Di Gregorio. And Sean Gaffney breaks it out. Over to Brian Hall, takes it now. Brian's coming up over the red line, dumps it into the Syracuse zone. In 7 seconds, we'll have a power play for the Sharks. Rich Williams got it in the corner. Takes a little dive there, taught by his father, and some of his conditioning camps teaches the kids how to take those dives and make it look real. Sean Gaffney breaks it up. Over to Lewis. Lewis brings it into the Syracuse zone. Cleared out by Syracuse over to Brian Hall, over to Gaffney. Oh, didn't quite look. Broken up by Syracuse and dumped into the Sharks zone. Gaffney had the behind the net. Starts to come out. Brings it over to Lewis. Broken up by Syracuse again. Rhode Island just isn't putting it together here. Di Gregorio had the behind the net. Again, pass intercepted by Syracuse. They're not quite looking. Syracuse is sending 2 men in. Forechecking on his power play. Sharks trying to set up behind the zone. Gaffney got it behind the net. Again, 2 guys in deep. And it looks like icing here again. And it is icing. Terrible power play so far, Fred. It doesn't look like they're got their act together at all.
They absolutely fell on their face on that one. Syracuse was picking off every possible breakout. The Stars controlled it. There's no doubt about that. It looked as though they had the power play.
Looks like they're sending 2 men in deep on these power plays. They must be having penalty killing situations. They must be having somebody open on the blue line if they can just get the puck out to them. Well, they change up the power play unit for the Sharks. Draw taken by Peter. Back to Brian Ross behind the net trying to set up. Out to Kyle Costa. Broken up by the Stars again at center ice. Brian Ross. Justin Jones has it. Again, they're just missing. Back into the Shark zone. Kyle Costa has it behind the net. Gets it out to Brian Ross. Again, broken up by Syracuse. Syracuse is doing a tremendous job. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left on this man advantage. Kyle Costa behind the net. And again broken up. Brian Ross now circles behind the net. Starts to come out over to Costa. Here we go. It looks like it's breaking out now. Peter Vasinko has it. Into the Stars end. Good move there. Whoa. Trying to set up in the Star zone. Here it is. Peter has it. Oh, I think he waited just a little bit too long there. Fred took an extra move. Back out to Ross. And broken up again by Syracuse. And they're just having a hard time. Got one shot off in his power play so far. Kyle Costa has it. Gets it up to Sean Carroll into the zone to Justin Jones. Takes a hit. But again, cleared out. Here we have a breakaway possibly for the Stars. Casey's out. And it looks like a penalty here against the Sharks. I didn't see what it was, Fred. I don't know if you've seen that penalty call. Looks like roughing. Looks like roughing.
Roughing? No.
Looks like roughing against Justin Jones here. So the minute 57 left on the Syracuse penalty, and now the Sharks have a 2-minute penalty. Plays get a little sloppy here in the middle period. Score still 1-0. We've got Cariglia and Flaherty out there right now. Herlihy. Flaherty. And it's tied up by Casey Candido. And ready to face off again. Cariglia is on the face off. Kavanaugh and DiGregorio on defense. Controlled by the Stars and cleared out by DiGregorio. He's got the puck now. Here come the Sharks breaking out. And a nice pass up to Cariglia into the blue line and into the Star zone. Syracuse controls the puck, clears it out, broken up by DiGregorio, back into the Syracuse zone. Kavanaugh controls the puck, gets it up to Flaherty. And Cariglia has the puck over to Kavanaugh. Both teams look a little tentative right here. Timmy Flaherty has it, broken up by Syracuse. Gregorio pumps it into the zone. And the play is called offside. Looks like Syracuse turned it up a notch here for the second period.
Yeah, it appears as though the passing on the part of the Sharks, they're making the passes, but they're not controlling them. When the pass comes to a player, it seems to deflect off his stick, or just they're not controlling the pass too much.
Looks like sometimes the Sharks are almost overplaying the puck. They're trying a little bit too hard, maybe trying to press for the perfect pass and just missing each other. Syracuse seems content just to pump the puck in, not really take the good shots on goal. Again, it's broken up by Syracuse. They bring it up over the red line, bring it into the zone. It's a good shot wide. Evan Doobie has the puck, gets it up to Ryan Carney, but he misconnects. Icing waved off. Again, Syracuse continues just to dump the puck into the zone. Brought out by Kyle Costa coming up. Circles again behind the net. Over to Gaffney, the far boards. He brings it up. It's Gaffney bringing it up over the across the blue line. Goes in deep into the corner. Puck is loose along the boards. Evan Doobie breaks up the play in the Syracuse zone. Stolen by Costa. And he's in deep. And it's, oh, a nice shot. Evan Doobie. Puck is in the corner again. Syracuse has it. Cleared out. Looks like we have a double minor here on Syracuse and on looks like Ryan Carney. Someone's a little upset there. Fred is right. I don't know what they're upset about. They're just throwing the puck around. Both teams look like they're content just to play kickball with the puck and just keep throwing it from one end to the other end.
It hasn't been real classy hockey. It's been kind of a little bit shoddy here, especially this period.
Well, getting ready for a face-off in the Syracuse zone again. Flaherty's on the center with the face-off. Controls the puck over to Kavanaugh, and whoa, a wide shot. That goalie did not have that corner covered. That was on net. That was a goal in that corner. Syracuse controls it in the corner, and it gets tied up along the boards. I don't think that Syracuse goalie looks too steady there. He's a big boy. Doesn't look like he's actually controlling the puck when it goes in there.
No, he's really kind of shaky out there. I'm surprised that the score is 1-0, especially after that first period shooting spree that the Sharks had. But well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm really surprised that the Sharks aren't doing better than they are.
The puck is controlled by Syracuse. Dumps it into the Shark zone. Kavanaugh's chasing it. Swings the net. And Syracuse intercepts it. Did a shot. Good save by Candido. Another shot by Candido. Flaherty takes it right out of the crease. Chase is chasing it. A little bang to the head there.
What was that?
A little bang to the head there, Fred. The Syracuse people are a little frustrated. I think that was a stick to the head. And you're going to get a 2-minute high stick in here on Syracuse. Again, I don't know if he meant to do it, but the sticks are really going up high here.
That was on Chase, wasn't it, where that call was made?
Well, Chase is the one who got his head squashed.
Yeah, that's what
penalty against the Stars. They have another power play opportunity for the Rhode Island Sharks. They're sending out their power play unit of Eric Lewis, Justin Jones, Dave DiGregorio, Sean Gaffney, and Dave Cariglia. Hopefully they can get something going here in this power play. Puck controlled by Sharks over to Gaffney, dumps it into the corner. Cariglia chases it down. Oh, a little dive there, I think. Again, the Rich Williams School of Diving. Puck is cleared into the Sharks zone. Candido has it behind the net, gives it to DiGregorio. He swings the net, gets it up to Justin Jones. Back to DiGregorio. Over to Sean. Eric Lewis. Over to Justin Jones, right in front, but couldn't connect. Jones controls it in the corner. Gets it over to Gaffney, over to DiGregorio. He loses control of it. Puck gets cleared out. DiGregorio chases it down. Starts to wind it up. It's by one guy, dumps it into the zone. Chased down by DiGregorio. Broken up by Syracuse, and here they come back again. Good play by Gaffney, keeping it in. 2-line offside. They're getting in behind the Rhode Island defenders here. 1:03 left in the power play, and I don't think we had a shot on goal that power play. The first minute of it. Now they got the power play out there. They got Peter Vasiliak and Rich Williams, along with Sean Carroll. DiGregorio and Kavanaugh, controlled by the Sharks, kept in. Syracuse got it now, kept in by the Sharks, and they get it out into the Sharks' end. Candido controls it, goes over to Di Gregorio. And they wind it up. Gets it out to Peter Faciliak. Whoa, I don't know. They called that a penalty. I don't know. That looked like another dive, but it looks like Rich Williams getting an interference call. Rich is trying to plead his case to the coach here, Tim, but I don't think Tim can make those calls from the box. Of course, again, that was another trick that his father taught him, and how you skate along the blue line and drop your stick and hope the referee will think that the player tripped over the stick. Is that a trick you taught him, Rich?
I guess it must have been. I missed it, so I didn't pick it up on the camera either.
Well, that evens it off here, 4-on-4. Peter gets the puck into the zone. Gets it over to Kyle Costa to the shot. Oh, again, that goalie looks very slow on those. If we can get those shots on goal. Kavanaugh controls it, gets over to Sean Carroll. And puck goes over to Kavanaugh, gets up to center ice to Carroll. Gets it into the zone. Syracuse has it now. Clears it out to Kyle Costa along the boards. Gets it out to Sean Carroll, hit a 2-on-1. Whoa, just misses the net. Kavanaugh has it. Again, shot right on goal. Syracuse breaks it out. Peter breaks it up. Wheels and deals, throws it into the zone. Controlled by Syracuse behind the net. They start to bring it out. Again, they're throwing that puck out of the zone pretty quick. Syracuse controls it again. Broken up at center ice by the Sharks. They dump it back into the zone. Quick line change for the Sharks. There we go. Oh, nice play by Brian Hall. He's in. All right, Brian Hall finally puts it on the board. He intercepts a pass at the blue line. A great play by Brian. Brian used to play for this team last year, you know.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
I'm sure he liked getting that goal against his old team.
Yeah, he made a real nice play there, coming in, picking off that pass and moving in with it. And they need those opportunities, and they've got to take advantage of those opportunities. They haven't been doing that to this point in time, and now maybe they'll get their legs back together and their passing and everything back together, and they'll do that.
So it finally pays off in a great individual effort by Brian Hall. Syracuse has the puck now. Tries to dump it into the zone. Two-line offside. Little extracurricular activity along the boards. Referees are quick to jump right in there, though. Face-off will be just inside the Syracuse zone here.
What do you think here, Fred? Fred, I was just wondering, do you think that Rick Williams needed a little bit of a rest down here, or why do you think he got that penalty? Do you think that was a...
Well, I don't know. I think he was trying to position himself along the blue line to break in, and I think that Syracuse player just got right in front of him, and Rick tried to trip him with his stick to make sure he had a good breakaway if the puck did come his way, but he got caught. Broken up by Syracuse now. They have the puck, keeping it in the Rhode Island end, but here comes Brian Hall again. Big hit along the boards by Kyle Costa. Brian Hall dumps it into the zone. Syracuse controls the puck over to Kyle Costa, back into the Syracuse end. Brian Hall has the puck, gets it over to Di Gregorio. Flips passes it. Syracuse has the puck now. Kyle Costa. Oh, here's a little breakaway here for Syracuse. And again, Brian Hall, a great individual effort, gets it over to the Cariglia, and he's out. Trying to break it out. Syracuse is able to keep it in, though. Brian Hall has the puck. And there's a delayed offside that's been called. Been a tough game so far. Syracuse is pretty tenacious. They keep coming at them. .451 to go in the second period. Still 2-0. Ryan Conley's going to take the draw. Gets it over to Brian Ross. Brian brings it up now. Gets it over to Ryan Conley. He's in there. He's got Flaherty breaking the shot. Good save by the Syracuse goalie. Kasparian controls the puck now. And the Syracuse in there, the pass out to Kahn, he just misses. And here comes Syracuse back. Trying to bring it in, broken up by Di Gregorio. Gets it out to Connie. Back into the Syracuse zone. Broken up by Di Gregorio, gets it back. And here's the breakaway for Syracuse, but it's a two-line offside. That was a close call for, I don't know if that was two lines. Very close call, but I think we had the angle cut down on that person anyway coming into the zone.
Well, that was definitely a two-line pass, Fred. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Well, who are you tonight? Are you Fred or Derek?
I'm going to be Derek. You're
Fred. Okay, Derek. That was definitely a two-line pass.
Wow. Puck is controlled now by the Sharks. Whoa, big hit along the boards there by just a chase. Fighting for the puck. Here's Kasparian now. The little start hitting's getting a little rough here, Fred. Puck goes behind the Sharks zone, taken by Di Gregorio. He wheels it up, gets it over to Ted Chase. Di Gregorio gets the puck back, gets it up to Ryan Carney. Got Kasparian breaking on the right side. Doesn't quite see him, can't quite do it. And I didn't see that, Fred, at all, but it looks like Kasparian went right into the crossbar there, and I'm not sure whether he was assisted into that crossbar or whether his skates just came off from underneath him. But the play is starting to get a little physical.
I noticed that just down in front of us here, that last little spree, there was a little bit of high sticks, a little bit of running, and high elbows, and I would say that this is getting a little bit more physical.
I think maybe Syracuse might be getting a little frustrated in their inability to put any kind of pressure at all, sustained pressure. They seem to get into our zone, take a couple of shots, and they're out real quick. They can't sustain an attack in our end at all.
No, that's right. They have not worked the puck at all. It's been more or less dump and chase, and of course that style of hockey is not conducive to winning games.
See, there's a good example right there where Syracuse was content just to dump the puck right out. Did not even try to set up in their own zone, and now we have an offside call here, I think, against the Sharks. Sharks' record so far is not bad. I think it's somewhere around 13-7-3. They had a rough stretch the last couple of weeks here. They've played a lot of games. They played 13 games in 15 days, and we're up against some tough competition that took some of the punch out of them, I think.
What do we have?
There's a penalty here now. I'm not sure what this penalty is.
We got Lewis.
We got Lewis in the penalty box here, so it looks like Syracuse will be going on the power play with 3:34 left in the period here. I'm not sure what that was, Fred. You didn't see that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Well, Lewis is in the penalty box. Oh, now the referee is really trying to take control of this game. He just called a dual penalty on Gaffney and the Syracuse player for playing fiddle diddle with the puck. I think the referee is doing his best not to lose control of this game, Fred, and I think maybe he might be overreacting a little bit to that. You got Di Gregorio, Kavanaugh, Jones, and Cariglia here for the Sharks. Dumped in by Cariglia, and he's going after that puck in the Syracuse corner. Justin Jones bangs. Cariglia controls the puck now at center ice. Slides it over to Di Gregorio, back over to Kavanaugh. Syracuse is forechecking heavily here. Look. Cariglia gets the puck over to Kavanaugh, to Di Gregorio, back to Kavanaugh. Sharks passing pretty sharp here. Di Gregorio controls the puck. Gets it over to Jones, middle ice. Syracuse controls the puck. Syracuse dumps it in. Candido has the puck behind the net. Plays it up along the boards. Syracuse intercepts it. Broken up by Di Gregorio. As he has the puck, gets it up to Cariglia. And the puck gets cleared down into the Syracuse zone. Syracuse picks it up. And they start back. Passes it up and gets by the Shark defender. They're in the corner. Syracuse controls the puck out front. Here's a pass right up front and shot right on goal. Good save by the Sharks goalie. Fred, seems as though a lot of this action in the second period has been played in the neutral zone here in the middle.
What was that again?
A lot of the action here in the second period seems to be between the two blue lines in the neutral zone in the middle here. There's not much action in either end.
Yeah, they like I said earlier, they seem to be dumping it in. The other team moves it out to neutralized zone and dump it in, and yeah, it has been neutralized hockey.
I think the Sharks are just trying to hold on to this lead. I think they're content 2-0 right now, and going to play it that way for a while. The puck gets dumped into the Syracuse zone. Kept in by Ross into the corner.
Is that Ross number 19?
That's Ross number 19, the new number tonight. I don't know what happened to number 13. No, I think Mr. Pappas has another ailment. I think he has the Hawaiian disease. Puck is tied up in the corner. I don't know, but I think Brian Ross may have traded in number 13 because of Halloween. It might be unlucky these days.
Oh, that could be. That could very well be. Yeah, that's probably what was going on.
Syracuse looking for a line change here with a minute 48 to go.
Mike, is that Rick Williams down there chomping at the bit?
I think he's ready to go right over the boards here, and he's willing even to play defense. I think he's got one leg up ready to go. Either that or he's taking a leak, and that's the best way to do it because there's really no toilets here on the bench. He's got one leg over. I think he's ready to go.
Oh. Kind of resembles a dog in heat, wouldn't you say?
I think he's assuming the position. Syracuse breaks it in here now. Back to the blue line. The puck is loose in front, and Rick Williams picks it up, and we have a penalty here. We have a penalty. It's interference. I'm not sure. I guess it's on Brian Ross. So we just got through. Fred killing a 2-minute penalty here, and now right away we get another one. So we're right back in the box with a minute 24 to go in the second period, leading 2-0. And we have an interference call. Sharks are doing their best to give and let Syracuse get back in this game. We got Rick Williams out there killing a penalty. And here it goes. The puck is cleared into the Syracuse zone. Rick Williams chasing it down. Forward checking Rick, and he got the puck tied up. Takes the man to the boards, gets it over to Evan Doobie. Good play there all the way around, and Syracuse breaks it out. Dumps it into the Shark zone. Controlled by Costa, tries to clear it out, but can't get it out. Syracuse keeps it in along the boards, tries to center it. Broken up by Rick Williams on a great play. Oh, a nice diving play by Kyle Costa to save a shot on goal. Puck tries to get up to Rick Williams, and he's got it. He's going one-on-one. Taking up the play along the board. Syracuse controls it, gets it back in. Syracuse clears it into the corner. Kyle Costa goes after it. Syracuse has the puck, tries to move in front. Nice play, nice move. Nice move by the Syracuse player right in front of the Rhode Island goalie, Candido. Some good penalty killing there, Fred. I think that youngster there, Mr. Williams, whatever he was doing to get ready to come in here must have helped him or inspired him, because he certainly was involved in breaking up a lot of the plays there on that end. I haven't seen Sean Perry come back to the bench. I guess he must be really hurting. Mark Perry, I see him over there now. That's right. He must have some stitches. He's still in uniform. I think we'll see him in the third period. He's sucking on towels right now to stop the blood. With a flip pass out by the Sharks. Controlled by Syracuse. Centering pass again. Offside pass. Overall, I would say the Sharks have a lot more team speed than Syracuse. Syracuse seems to be a step slower here on this. What do you think about that, Fred? Do you think they're a little step slower?
You just go ahead and give the spiel here. I'm going to interview you.
Is there a reason why that other wire is not plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to double check on that. We got 15 seconds to go in this period. We're going to have coffee with the coach in about 2 minutes here once we, between the periods. 8 seconds to go in this period, 2-0. 44 seconds remaining on the Syracuse power play. The Sharks have Flaherty and Brian Hall and DiGregorio and Kavanaugh out there. Puck is dropped into the Sharks end. Kavanaugh controls it along the boards. Syracuse trying to pick it out, but the time is just about up. Little extracurricular activity there as the Sharks skate off.
Recap of that period.
Well, I think there was an awful lot of action. Both teams look content, however, not to be putting pressure on. They're just dropping the puck in and out of the zone, and I think that clearly the Sharks are taking the play to Syracuse, and Syracuse is content to either ice the puck or try to hope for a big play, and they're playing for one big play rather than trying to control it. What would you say, Fred?
I'd say I would like to know, what do you think of the upcoming period? Do you think we're going to improve our stats a little bit here and get a little bit more scoring?
I really think that the Sharks are content to play this game out, to keep a 2-goal margin, and are going to just play back and forth with Syracuse, and I don't think they're going to put on the kind of pressure they did in the first period. I think they're just going to play as hard as they need to and hopefully just continue to keep Syracuse in check and not let them sustain any activity in their end, which is what they've been doing right along. And I think it's time for another commercial and another Budweiser, and then we'll be all set for the third period. And I wasn't here the first period. I don't know if I'm going to be here the third period, but we're going to review this tape and decide from there. Bye-bye. Rhode Island Sports Center ready for the third period of the game between Syracuse and Rhode Island. The score is still 2-0 as we get ready for the face-off. We got a report on Mark Perry. He ended up with a broken tooth, a missing tooth, and we have the hockey stick here. Fred, I don't know if you've seen it. This is the hockey stick, or what was left with it, after he had it in his mouth for a while. And those half masks can really do something to you like that. I know that when you were playing, Fred, you never wore a mask. Clearly shows when someone looks at your face, but I know that in days like today, that you really do need a mask and a full mask. How do you think about that?
Well, absolutely. You can see, if you take a look at my nose, as a matter of fact, it looks like yours might have been broken once or twice.
Well, it really was, but I wasn't a hockey player.
Well, I did play hockey, or at least attempted to, and that's exactly what happened. You get a stick across the nose once in a while. Are we ready for the action here?
I think we're ready for the face-off for the third period here. 2-0 game. Hopefully Mark will be all right. I think he will be. I believe he needs some stitches, and I know he wanted to get back into the game, but under the circumstances, I think he's going to be headed off to the hospital to get some stitches. Starting the third period here with Rhode Island, a man shot. Getting ready to drop of the puck and ready for action here. Puck is controlled by Rhode Island and is dumped into the Syracuse zone. There's still 29 seconds left on the power play for Syracuse. Two-line offside again. I keep seeing two-line offside. I'm not sure how well drilled Syracuse might be. It's got to be at least their fourth two-line offside pass. I'm not sure what rules they play in the league they're in, but that's something that they're going to have to pay attention to. 22 seconds left here on the power play. Face-off just inside the Syracuse zone. Controlled by Syracuse. Broken up by DiGregorio at the blue line. Puck goes back into the Syracuse zone. Flaherty had it. Looks like another stick here. Looks like another stick right up into the face of Ryan Carney. Nine seconds left on the power play. Looking on the bench here, looks like Rich Williams again now is lifting his leg again. I'm not sure if that's another sign that he's ready to go or he's looking for a mate. I'm not sure, but we'll find out pretty soon as he tries to get his leg back in shape. This is Sean on Syracuse. Power play is up now, equal strength. And puck is cleared out by Ryan Carney here, and we're going to have a face-off at center ice. Oh, here we have a really legend here of college hockey, Mr. Lynn Serglasky. He's very much a fan of the Rhode Island Sharks. His son coaches the team, and he's done one hell of a job. Lynn's a big supporter of the Sharks. Back to the action here. Puck is brought out by the Sharks, but stoppage of play to fix the net. There's a couple of players here on this Sharks team that are proteges of Mr. Williams here. They were once coached by the great Mr. Williams here on the Worcester Crusaders, and spent a couple of years together playing a 200-game schedule that really prepared them for this action here. The face-off now. Puck is cleared out of the zone, being chased down by Syracuse. Getting broken up by the Sharks at center ice, brought in by Costa. Syracuse controls the puck, tries to get out, but can't. Ross stops it. Playing in neutral zone, broken up by Kyle Costa. And here comes Syracuse back. No, broken up by Ross at the red line. Dumped into the zone again. Syracuse just doesn't seem to be able to get anything going here. Again, puck is stalled almost there. We had Cariglia right out in front trying to deflect the pass in. Now the puck's along the boards. And tied up. Syracuse seems to be having one hard time trying to get the puck out of their end. They have not been able to sustain any kind of attack here. Fred, I would say that our coaches have got to be probably the best dressed so far in the league that I've seen. I think they're always pretty dapper. If you notice the tie that Mr. Kelleher is wearing, he must have really, well, I think he has a matching tie with Mr. Zagorski. What do you think? Those two ties are pretty much look like they, are those Halloween ties?
I think possibly he picked that up down in Jamaica. Either that or Hawaii.
Yeah, I think so. I think that, I'm not sure whether Tim spent the weekend in Minnesota. He might have been down in Jamaica or Hawaii. The play now continues. Here's a good breakaway for Syracuse. They got a 2-on-1, but again broken up nicely by the Sharks. Syracuse controls the puck. Costa controls it now. Gets it out to Justin Jones. Tries to get up to Cariglia, but misses. And here comes Syracuse right back. But again, broken up by Kyle Costa, who dumps it out to center ice. And an offside again. A lot of offsides here. This game, a lot of offsides. Syracuse seems very tentative and just is not aggressive. Now here comes. If you look over here, Fred, I think you'll see Mark Perry coming here with a towel. There he is. He looks like he's okay, but I'm sure that he is going to have one fat lip. Fred, I would say he may not need a costume for tomorrow night. I think that if he shows those teeth missing and grins a lot, I don't think he'll need a mask. It's unfortunate. Back to the action here. Puck is dumped into the Syracuse zone. Chased down by Brian Hall. Syracuse gets it. Plays along the boards here in the corner. Trying to tie the puck up. There it is. Finally gets out. Di Gregorio keeps it in. Kept in again. Nice play by Kavanaugh to keep the puck in. Comes back to Di Gregorio. Flips it right back into the zone. Syracuse misses again on the pass. Puck picked up by Kavanaugh behind the net. Whoa, a little bit shaky in front. That was a very tough play. Whoa, did a good shot on goal. Probably the best chance that Syracuse had. Plays along the boards here. The Sharks in. Here's another shot deflected by Brian Hall. But Island running around a little bit now in their own end, trying to get the puck out. Here's a good opportunity for the Sharks. Tries to center it, but can't. Sharks having a hard time getting it out of the end here. Syracuse controls it behind the Sharks zone. Pass out in front. Whoa, just broken out by Di Gregorio. Finally gets a stick on it. Sharks looking for a line change here. Syracuse winds up. Controlled by Gaffney. Gets it up to Peter for single goal. Play's getting a little sloppy here, I think, Fred. There's another offside, and this is going to be called deliberate, and they're going to bring it all the way down. Very sloppy play here in the first 5 minutes of the third period. Fred, I understand tomorrow night, based on what we were talking about before and all the scars you have on your face, that you're going to be going out trick-or-treating at Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I think with just some touch-ups under those scars, you look fine for that.
Are you looking for a comment?
No, I'm not looking for a comment. I think your face speaks for itself right now. Getting ready for a face-off here on the Syracuse end. Mark does look in a lot of pain down there in the end there, Fred. I think he's really hurting. Puck's kept in. Another shot on goal. That's going to be about the 40th shot on goal for Rhode Island. Got Rick Williams out there now. Puck's controlled by Gaffney. Dumps it back into the Syracuse zone. Puck goes over to Peter Facilco. Over to Costa. Breaking. Oh, here's a nice play here, Fred. Peter's in deep. Oh, what a nice shot, but a little bit high. Controlled by Rick Williams on a great shot. Great shot. Circling the net right out in front there and slid it right in the old 5-hole. And we got that one big time. Even Mr.
I don't think I got that, though.
That was a good shot.
I got it.
Puck went into the corner by...
I got excited.
Puck went into the corner by Sean Carroll. Great play by Peter Facilico. Got over to Sean Carroll, sent it out in front. Rick Williams right in position, put it right between the goalie's legs. I think it was those legs. I think that was the move that Rick was practicing on the bench when he kept lifting his leg there, Fred.
That could very well be. I saw him stretching those legs out. I thought,
there you go. I think that's at least a 10. That was a perfect dive by Rick. I don't know whether he tripped over the blue line, but he really made a great move there and a great diving play. Puck's into the zone. Rick Williams is after it, into the corner. Rick Williams had the puck behind it. That centers it. Oh, set Sean Carroll up front. Peter Facilico has the puck. And here comes Syracuse back. Syracuse again way offside, Fred. I don't know. I don't understand how Syracuse can be offside so many times.
Well, evidently, I think that they've been playing collegiate rules. I just can't understand these, especially the two-line passes. It seems as though they're just not playing the NHL rules. They're not equipped to play those rules.
Oh, I guess so. Oh, there's another dive. Puck is controlled by Syracuse here. Broken up by Ross in the blue line. Back into Carney. Puck. Another two-line offside here for the Sharks. That was a close call. Syracuse just doesn't seem to be able to get anything going here. Face off inside the Sharks zone, controlled by the Sharks. Gets it out to Kasparian. Nice play back to Kavanaugh. Dumps it in. Kasparian forechecking and takes nice hit behind the boards. Play controlled again by the Sharks. Keeping the puck in the Syracuse zone. Kasparian has it, gets it back to the point. Chris Kavanaugh tries to keep it in, but gets away from him. A lot of hitting here now. Right out in front, Candido makes a nice save. Syracuse has it. Play along the boards. Kasparian gets it. It's the puck out to center ice. And the puck is cleared. It looks like an icing here call. And we do have an icing here with 13-17 left to go in the third period. Score 3-0. The Sharks are leading. We're going to have a face-off in the Sharks' end. Fred, I don't know. Maybe now's a good time to comment on this. Who is your favorite Halloween character?
I would say
One of the Munsters, probably. The Munsters family. I'm not sure.
Fine choice. I would definitely go along with that. I think I like Fred Gwynn a lot.